Hello, everyone. It has been a minute since I uploaded any content, and I apologize for that. I've got my boy Odie here with me. He is a good boy. He knows when I'm not doing well, and he seeks to, as my dog Macy, who is scratching herself because dogs. But I've got my little Papillon Odie. Give me a second. Hi, Odie. But he knows my emotions really well. He can read me like a book. For some reason, he just gets me. And, he's been kind of glued to me for a bit now, because I'm not doing well. I'm having a real struggle with a depressive episode. So today's content will not be focused so much on plants as it will on talking about mental health. I have struggled with major depressive disorder since I was 9 years old. This year I will turn 42. 42! That's the answer. That is the answer. And for those who are wondering, yes, my birthday party this year is going to be themed Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I plan to dress up, or at least sound like, Marvin. Hi, Odie. I love you. The paranoid android. And the more I can sound like Alan Rickman, I think the better, because I like the movie. I think Martin Freeman did a fabulous job as Arthur Dent. Arthur Dent. Yes. Yes, Earthman. Sorry. I have a lot of mental health issues. I'm going to try not to expound on all of them today, because I think that's kind of overwhelming. Okay. Odie hair. Yeah. Everybody should have a little bit of Odie hair in their mouths when they give him a kiss, because he's a papillon. Papillon is French for butterfly. The reason papillons are known as papillons, even though they're little spaniels from Spain, is because their ears look like the shape of butterfly wings. Yeah. Their progenitors are, I think they're called phalines or something. Their ears hang down, and they are basically called moth dogs. Because phaline, or however it's pronounced, means moth. So papillons have their ears up, and it means butterfly, and however it's pronounced means moth, and their ears are down. It's possible for papillons to give birth to both types of dogs. It's possible for the moth dogs to give birth to butterfly dogs and moth dogs, vice versa. So, but Odie is just doing his job, and he wants to make Rennie feel better. Yeah, 'cause you're a good boy. 'Cause you're a good boy. Yeah. See, look at him. He's such a good boy. You're such a good boy. I have struggled with depression, like I said, since I was 9 years old. It has been a lifelong struggle. First of all, I didn't think I would make it to 18, and then I did. Then I didn't think I would make it to 21, and then I did. And then I didn't think I'd make it to 30, and then I did. And then I met my partner, Austin, who is at work right now. Yes, Odie. Odin Thorson, by the way, that is his full name. And I've been with Austin. Our 12th anniversary will be in October. I've made all these milestones. Oh, he's getting too hot. He's got to come and lay in front of me now. He can't be away from me. He needs to adjust where he is. Okay, is that better? Okay. He's right in front of me now. He's a good boy. I'm going to ask my therapist, Jeremy, to certify him as my emotional support animal. Let my old boy Dodge. I lost him in 2021. He was my first ESA. He was a good boy. He knew me like Odie does. And he did what Odie does. Glued himself to me when he knew I was feeling bad. There is no shame in being mentally ill, in my opinion. Did you know 1 in 4 or 5 Americans has a mental illness? Yeah. Yeah, 20 to 25% of Americans has a mental illness. And in this day and age, with everything going on in the country now, by the way, I live in Minnesota. So for everybody who knows what's going on in the country right now, who knows what's going on in Minnesota right now, that's why I'm depressed. I don't live in the cities. I actually live in northwest Minnesota. I live a little less than an hour from the Canadian border. I live in USDA hardiness zone 3B, 4A. I'm on the cusp. So I'm pretty far north, but ice is making its way north. I live about an hour from Grand Forks, North Dakota. I don't feel like this is WTMI or anything that I can't share, but the reason I am very disturbed, the most disturbed about ICE being in my state is because of my identification, my state-issued identification. The gender marker on my state-issued identification does not say M or F because I am gender non-conforming. It says X. And for those of you who don't know, people who subscribe to extreme views on gender ideology, i.e., if you believe there are more than 2 genders, which there are. Gender is a social construct. And by the way, there are more than 2 sexes also, because there are 78 different ways to be intersex that we know of. FYI, okay, thanks, bye. But gender is a social construct. I am gender nonconforming because I am transgender in that I am agender. I do not identify as the sex I was born with. I was born as. I was born female, but I do not identify as a woman. I do not identify as a man. I put it as I simply am. I am. I am. I am neither man nor woman. I simply am. I also like to say that I am as anatomically correct as how does he put it? In my mind, I am as anatomically correct as a Ken doll. To quote the Metatron from Dogma, I'm as anatomically correct as a Ken doll. I have always identified this way. I don't remember a time when I didn't identify this way. I don't remember a time when I ever felt like a girl. And I don't remember a time when I felt like a boy either. I didn't ever feel like a girl. I didn't ever feel like a boy. I simply felt like I exist. And that's enough. I don't feel like either gender. I don't feel like I have a gender. I came out to my mother when I was I came out to her 3 different times, actually. No, 4 different times. I came out in elementary school, in middle school, in high school, and then when I was 21. So I really pressed it with her that Mom, I'm not a girl. Like this, what I see when I think of myself in my head is not what my body is. In point of fact, because of the not correct vision of what I am, I have what's called gender dysphoria and body dysmorphia. The vision of myself when I think of myself in my head does not align with my body, with what I see when I look down or look in the mirror. I mean, the face does, obviously my face is my face, but my body doesn't line up with what I see. And, my body in here doesn't line up with what I see in the mirror or in the camera. And that causes a significant amount of distress, of mental distress. And it's the kind of thing that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy kind of thing. And it's been that way as long as I can remember. And, I struggle with that every day, and the body dysmorphia as well. Some days are worse than others. Some things trigger the dysmorphia and dysphoria worse than others, such as natural occurring things that happen to people who are born with my reproductive system. So, I get a monthly reminder that, hey, you're in the wrong body. This body does not match who you are inside. Yeah. And then there's the whole hormonal thing that's going on right now where I think I'm going into perimenopause. So things are really acting up. By the way, I'm autistic, so to me there does not exist a WTMI. Sorry if this is off-putting. You can click away. It's okay. It won't hurt my feelings. There, in my opinion, is no stigma attached to being open and honest. But I just want to say that Oh, Odie's got something stuck in his fur. There we go. Wonder what that is. Looks like some plant matter. Well, in this house, who's surprised? I just want to say that if any one of you ever feels like you're struggling and that... Pardon me, I apologize. If any one of you who sees this video feels like you are struggling and you need someone to talk to, I have a community. I did the thingy where I set up a community. Comment. Tag me. Share. Just say that you're struggling. Just reach out. This is a judgment-free place, and if anybody judges, I will personally ban them from the community, because we do not judge here. We do not have stigma against anyone who is struggling. We give our whole heart to the survivors, to the fighters. We honor those who have lost their fights. We do not judge here. The biggest coping mechanism that I have always had for the last almost 20 years has been plants. My therapist knows that plants have been a literal lifesaver for me, and he encourages me to use plants in my therapy. I'm looking at plants right now. That's why I keep looking off to the side. So find something that you love, like plants. And when you're hurting, when you think you can't do anything... No, that's Macy. She's growling at the cats. No cats. Odie, don't help. Pardon me. When you feel like you can't do anything, remember that your plants need you. Somebody needs you, and it's your plants. You're not alone because your plants need you. They can't water themselves. They can't fertilize themselves. They need you. They depend on you. And you might think that's not important, but it is. Because without you, they won't thrive. And your plants matter. And that means you matter. And if you matter to your plants, that means you matter to other people too. You matter to your people as well as to your plants. You matter to your pets. You matter to your parents. If you have a good relationship with your parents, I personally don't. You might matter to your siblings, to your best friend, to your coworkers, cousins, nieces or nephews, grandparents, aunts, uncles, that strange person who delivers your mail, the DoorDash driver you see on Thursdays who delivers a good Chinese food. You know, they count on you for something. You may not think it's very important, but you know what? Everybody counts on you for something. Even if it's just a friendly hello. Even if it's just a smile. Even if it's just the lady at the cash register that sees you every so often while you go in and pick up a few things. She sees you. She remembers you. And you never know how much you brighten her day. So remember, no matter how down you are, somebody needs you. So don't give up and keep planting.